Hey everyone, it's Chris from Smithy Finance. Welcome back. This is my midday market report for February 6th. It's a quiet day out there, not much doing. We've got the Toronto market down 65 points, the New York market or the Dow down 185. We've got the S&P is up just a smidge and NASDAQ up 60 points. Gold and silver lower, Bitcoin a bit lower, copper flat. So we've got silver down 30 cents. It had been down 50 cents earlier, and so we've paired the loss. And same with gold, was down 25, now down 16. Now they've been on a real tear. Gold is 2,900 US. That's 4,200 Canadian to buy an ounce, 4,250 to buy an ounce of gold. Holy cow. And in the silver terms in Canada, it's about $52, $53 to buy an ounce. So it has not kept up. I was buying some physical gold and silver back in 2020, and 2021 when the silver squeeze was around. And silver was about 38 to 40 Canadian, so now we're 53. But gold was 2,500 Canadian, and I think I bought some at 2,200 or 2,300 in the months after. So, and now 4,200. So silver's really underperformed. I expect it'll catch up. And one of the best strategies when you're trading is to buy strong stocks on pullbacks. And certainly the gold and silver commodities are strong, and the gold stocks and silver stocks are okay. They've been rallying a bit, but I suspect there's quite a bit to go, quite a bit of room. And you could buy any of them. I own some Eris, and I own some Seabridge. I own some, I forget. Anyway, GMX. In any event, I think they're all buys right now, but do your own work on them. Just have a look at any and all of the golds. And if you've got a good suggestion on a gold stock, let me know in the comments below. We had the MicroStrategy earnings out yesterday. They were about as expected. You know, really, there should never be a big surprise with their earnings because their software business is so small relative to their Bitcoin holdings that the stock is forever going to trade against the value of Bitcoin. However, it was a great conference call. I did listen to it. I'm super bullish still. But we need Bitcoin to go, and right now Bitcoin is stalled. It's about 96,000. We've been back and forth over 100 since November. I don't know how many times, 6, 7 times, north, south, and here we are at 96. So there's no way it can rally without some excitement in the Bitcoin space. Also, STRK came out, which is their preferred issue. It was underwritten at $80. If you remember, it's got an $8 coupon, and it's convertible at 1,000 MicroStrategy. So it's got to go, 200% or more just to be converted. But it does have a nice yield. It's trading at about 86, so that's pretty good. Underwritten at 80, it's a successful deal. Let me just double check. Yeah, 85 and a quarter right now. So 5 and a quarter, it's up like 6%. So not bad. I think it's a good piece of paper. And, if you're a fixed income person, it's a good way to go. But, you got to believe in Bitcoin. And that's an important thing. Speaking of Bitcoin, I did a quick look today. Do you know how much it costs to mine a Bitcoin on average across all the miners? And there's certain governments are mining as well. Do you have any idea? Okay, anyone? About 86,000. So the miners have been on their ass. They have not moved very well. The ones that I track, I guess, is Hive, which is run by Frank Holmes, who was a boss of mine like 40 years ago when I first got in the business. So I know Frank for a long time. And I also follow the Mara, which is also a Bitcoin holding company. Much like MicroStrategy, but they also mine Bitcoin. Anyway, those stocks are on their ass. I don't know, man. I might sell them and throw it into MicroStrategy or Semler, SMLR, which is a similar kind of play. This morning I sold a little bit of Ivanhoe, IVN. I own tons of it, and as I've told you, I always have bids under the market and offers above the market. And I had an offer at 1640. It opened a little higher and I got taken out. So look, open orders. You really should have open orders in all the time, because sometimes the market will surprise you just when you think it's asleep and there's nothing to do. Some big buyer comes in and pushes the price up only momentarily for it to sink back down. So by the time you see that it's been up, you've missed it. So have those open orders in. Mine are always in unless I get really lazy or distracted, but on every stock I have some sell orders, 3 to 5% above the market, and I have some buy orders, 3 to 5% below the market, depending on, you know, how bullish I am on each situation. But we want to take advantage of the chop. I keep talking about that. And I was lucky with the Ivan, or not lucky. I mean, I planned it. I have lots though. So I sold 400, you know, I don't know. It's probably not even 1% of my holding of that stock. But the same thing with Aya. Aya had a move. Yesterday I sold a little bit. I just missed the high, which was 1290, or the high was 1288. And here we are at 1173 the next day. So it's kind of dumb, right? We get these swings. We got to let some go, so then we're ready to buy some back. Such is the name of the game. But otherwise, you know, all the commodity stocks are a bit lower. The Bitcoin stocks are a bit lower. Reddit, which has been really performing well, is also a bit lower, but not low enough to buy. You know, that's got to get down to 200 or lower for me to add to it. And the earnings are next week, so I don't like to buy any situations before the earnings, because you just never know. These gap ups or gap downs are killers, you know, because there's nothing you can do in between. And that can be frustrating. If you've got to stop at a certain level and it gaps down, you know, you're triggered way below wherever your stop is. Anyway, that's about all I've got for today. I missed you yesterday. I was busy, had a Zoom call, and I was out. So it won't happen every day that I'm here, but most days I'll attempt to get here and talk to you about what's going on. Hope you're doing well. See you in the next one.